Basically, since the beginning of Asuelu and my relationship, he's cheated the whole time. Collectively, he's cheated like 10, 12 times. So he cheated in the beginning. He cheated when I was pregnant. He cheated when I was doing his paperwork to bring him here.
Oh, wow. Asuelu, you're such a idiot. You know what I'm saying?
You stupid.
Awesome! Since the beginning of this season of The Last Resort, there has been one storyline that has been the most interesting, and that storyline was about Kalani and Asuelu dealing with a very big issue.
We've had a lot of issues with infidelity.
Cheating. We learned on the first episode how Kalani had found out that Asuelu had cheated on her while he was in Samoa. Her way she says she found out about the cheating was disgusting, and I'm not sure is medically accurate.
He was FaceTiming me and he stuck his tongue out and his tongue was white. So you either kiss someone here or you kiss someone down there.
But her finding out gave Asuelu the oh-so-genius idea to give Kalani a hall pass to try to make up for it. But when you hear someone talk about a hall pass, it is usually described as an opportunity to freely cheat once, which I don't think is smart or helpful to offer in a marriage. And in this case, it completely backfired on Asuelu, because a one-time hall pass is not what happened here. Kalani stayed in contact with the guy she used her hall pass with. This was a giant mess, and the attempt at this resort to give their marriage a second chance didn't seem like it was going well at all. If anything, Kalani's many wide-eyed stares at Asuelu made me think that this marriage was very over. And a few comments here and there confirmed that Kalani's hall pass was still an ongoing relationship. Even though Kalani supposedly blocked the guy in front of Asuelu, there was no official breakup mentioned. Like in that scene when Kalani said who she was thinking about when she had her time alone for her therapy homework.
I had a couple home videos.
Oh, about Asuelu?
It just didn't make a lot of sense, or really sounded like they were giving this whole recommitment opportunity a chance. But as the episodes progressed through this season, the focus of their cheating issues took a back seat for a while to the ridiculous drama of Ed and Angela. And as their story faded into the background for a few episodes, I noticed that Asuelu didn't seem worried about some things that I expected him to worry about, like going out to the bar or possibly going out to the strip club. He cheated, yet he didn't seem afraid of any consequences with Kalani of going out, which I thought was interesting. Some people aren't jealous in relationships, obviously, but in Asuelu's case, he was caught with a nasty white tongue after going out drinking in Samoa. And we don't see a lot of worry coming from Kalani when he's going out in Florida now, which if they were truly trying to get back together, I thought we would see more conversations and more emotion around things like that. It really made it seem like Kalani and Asuelu, again, were already completely over before they even got to the resort. If this was really their attempt at a second chance, the only positive step in the right direction for them that I'm seeing is that they are at least getting along. There is no romance going on between them, but they seem to not hate each other.
I just feel like we're in the friend zone.
And now he's wanting to
romance me and do everything I've ever wanted for years when I shut that off, so I'm not receiving it like I would have.
But as Kalani seemed more and more comfortable with just being friends with her husband, I couldn't shake the feeling that there was also something else going on. I am not saying that Kalani should just forgive Asuelu for cheating or get upset that he's going out and drinking, but it just felt like we were missing something. We did see some previews early on that hinted that her hall pass guy was coming around again at some point, so we pretty much knew that that was coming. I just didn't quite understand why there was just such a lack of emotion between Kalani and Asuelu. Like there's this total disconnect with Kalani when she previously fought so hard to keep them together. And when the two of them do meet with the therapist, my suspicions of something else going on are confirmed at the end of the session.
Dr. Jason said that I probably just need time, but I mean, I've had years of time, and I still don't even forgive him for the he did in the beginning.
If you have watched Kalani and Asuelu over the years, and you heard her say the things he did in the beginning, I just assumed that she was talking about all the arguments that we had seen early on. They had a lot of issues with maturity, cultural differences.
Basically, since the beginning of Asuelu and my relationship, he's cheated the whole time.
So this confirmed to me what I thought from the beginning. There is no way that this is fixable.
When we were dating, when I was pregnant, before he came here, 3 years into our marriage, and then now. So it's just been this pattern.
I mean, how could it be? Because this has been an ongoing issue that tore their relationship down for years.
I stayed with him because I was pregnant.
He was cheating the entire time. Wow. That explains Kalani's lack of worry about Asuelu and what he's doing. I really don't think she cares anymore. This has been an ongoing pattern, and it sounds like the last cheating she found out about was the last straw. I thought that knowing this, that missing piece of information would make this make more sense. And it does explain why Kalani is oh so over Asuelu, but now I'm just wondering, why are they even here? She says it herself. This last time she found out about him cheating made her feelings shut off. So why are they at this resort? Why are they even trying to stay together at this point? They do have kids, so I get the whole second chance thing somewhat. The cheating is now happening on both sides. Kalani is actively in a relationship with another guy. So what are they trying to do here, besides the free vacation? Because I don't see a real attempt at a second chance. Do you? This whole thing is even worse than Liz saying she was reincarnated 28 times, and Ed was with her for 7 of those times. The toxicity of Ed and Liz is just boundless, isn't it? It is dragged out on this show for so long that it feels like I've watched them for 7 full lives of my own. If I am still talking about 90 Day Fiancé and I get reincarnated, Small Ed better show up as an actual leprechaun this time. This whole thing with Kalani and Asuelu is actually worse than Ed and Liz. And that is saying something. This is bad.
You suck!
And I thought that since we've now learned the truth about this, and if they were truly trying to make this work, wouldn't the whole strip club side quest get dropped? Like, this is already so bad. How does that help at all? But Asuelu is still on board the strip club train for some reason, and they are trying to get Ed on board as well, which is a very dumb idea.
Thank you guys, I'm excited.
I do not trust Ed. Ed is going to tell.
Yes, Kelly, you're correct. The meatball is going to tell. In this next scene, everyone gets absolutely hammered by the pool. And for the first time, we see Kalani and Asuelu get a little flirty. Asuelu even does this lovely pantsless dance. But they are both just obviously very drunk. And I don't see this as anything but alcohol-fueled flirtation. Because the next day, we get even more details about Asuelu's extensive cheating. And the more we hear about it, the worse it sounds. When they bring Kalani, Asuelu, and Kalani's sister Kalini together for the therapy, the therapist that's not Jenny talks about how they can rebuild a relationship block by block.
It can just be one mistrust, one hurt, one betrayal that can take our whole house down.
Oof, that's deep.
And I'm over here confused for a second, thinking, why would this be the goal of the therapy right now? Forgiveness. I feel like they are past that. Also, Kalani's sister was the only one who supposedly knew this whole time.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but especially my sister.
So this was also a secret that expanded across their entire relationship.
So by the time I had figured things out, I was pregnant and I was already bringing him to America. So I just felt like I needed to suck it up and just hide it.
And the therapist is trying to rebuild their trust after this, block by block. Even if they tried that, there's no foundation to put the blocks on. I don't see Kalani wanting to fix this, just Asuelu. And I don't think that Asuelu was trying that hard. And we get more details here. Like how she kept it from her family, only her sister knew, and she tried to make it work, and he didn't physically cheat when he got to the US. So taking him out of that environment in Samoa where cheating was okay made her think that this would stop and they could have a great life together.
And then within like a year ago, then he started online cheating. He would buy their naked pictures online.
But then more recently, he was caught cheating in Samoa. And that is when she said her feelings for him died. And the last cheating is when the whole hall pass thing started.
So collectively, he's cheated like 10, 12 times.
So he cheated 10 to 12 times, and it was over their entire relationship. Asuelu is disgusting for cheating, and Kalani does not seem like she can get past that. I mean, very understandable. I was surprised that she was okay with it for as long as she was. And they do talk about why Asuelu was doing it.
There's a lot of issues that I have.
Culturally, almost all of the men in Samoa think it's okay to cheat.
Kalani really thought that getting Asuelu to the US was the solution, and that seemed to be her final attempt to make this work. And then it didn't work. And now she's admitting that this effort here and now is too late.
I was telling him, if you keep doing that, like, I'm telling you, we're gonna end up divorced. And he'd be like, yeah, because I never left. So he really, truly believed I would never leave.
So in my opinion, this full admission right here, laying this all out with the therapist, this should have been the moment that this ended. But then they shift to working on Asuelu's problems instead of just facing the fact that this is really over.
The greatest gift that you can give your children and to your family is change. It's a small step in the right direction by him being able to see how selfish he was.
Asuelu is a cheater. That's it. He's proved time and time again that he's a cheater. I guess he could work on that, but that's what it is, and I don't think Kalani's gonna wait around until he fixes it. She doesn't even know if it is fixable. And I get it, there are kids involved, they are married, so I don't know why they aren't helping them split amicably with peace and support. I feel like that would hurt everyone less, right? Having someone to mediate their divorce sounds better than dragging this out anymore. They kind of did this with Kelly and Molly, but those two aren't married. After the many fights, Kelly and Molly agreed to part ways, and the therapist seemed to mediate that pretty well, and Kelly even peacefully leaves the retreat. But instead, this just gets dragged on. No moves to split are made. And Kalani decides to finally tell someone about it. That person ends up being Liz.
I think our biggest problem is I just can't forgive him. And I think part of the reason I can't forgive him is everybody only knows about this one thing. But
is there more?
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if they didn't just split right then because they have to supposedly make the decision at the end of the retreat, at the recommitment ceremony. But Molly and Kelly did not wait.
So he cheated in the beginning. He cheated when I was pregnant. He cheated when I was doing his paperwork to bring him here.
So the way they set up this whole next part of Kalani unblocking her hall pass guy was pretty crazy. She starts by saying that she caught Asuelu possibly being shady with his phone.
Is he talking to people still?
I don't know. He deleted like 5 or 6 messages. It almost makes me feel like he is still sneaky. He just hasn't learned how to be successful at it.
I get how that'd be triggering. So she tells Liz that she decided to just start talking to the hall pass guy again.
He's like the first guy I've ever dated that actually reciprocates what I do, like communication, feeling.
And remember, she blocked the hall pass guy, but didn't end things with him. I'm sure that was confusing.
He wants to be around me and spend time with me and love me.
Why is this about picking between serial cheating Asuelu and a guy she's known for 2 months? Why isn't this about just picking herself, ending this, and trying to move on with her kids the best she can? To me, that move would include not broadcasting all these gross details about the cheating, but hey, what do I know?
I really just, my heart is in so many different places.
So I can't say that I'm not still interested in the outcome of this out of all of the others. I could barely sit through Jovi and Yara's big reveal that Jovi was lying about a job offer.
I didn't take it, and I didn't want to bring it up to Yara because I know she wouldn't understand.
If Jovi cannot agree that he lied just as badly as Yara did, they are doomed. In the next scene, the couples go out together, and I get a sense that Asuelu does realize that he made a mistake with the whole hall pass thing.
Oh, wow. Asuelu, you're such a idiot. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think he realizes how bad this really is. I think her blocking that guy gave him some hope, but I really don't think, especially in this scene, that he really thinks Kalani would leave him. I don't know if that's a cultural thing, him being naive, I don't know. But the next day, I think it does hit him that Kalani's foot is already halfway out the door.
Text her if she's here, and she told me that she go out. She said having a breakfast, and I say where, and she didn't tell me.
Kalani wasn't in her room, and I think Asuelu has a good guess of where she was and who she was with.
I can feel something just not right at all. It's just like coming here for nothing.
Big Ed the Bee wants to remind you to subscribe to this channel. If you don't, he will fly into your house and body shame you.
It makes no sense to go to the gym and then go to 7-Eleven and eat nachos.
So we don't actually see Kalani tell Asuelu what happened yet.
Asuelu came to bring me and the boys breakfast and was freaking out because my sister wasn't there.
I think you need to be honest with Asuelu.
But when the girls go out together, we learn what really happened when Kalani went off the property.
So remember how I said that I was gonna block that guy? Mm-hmm. But then Asuelu I kind of caught him like messaging and like deleting messages.
So she thought that Asuelu might be deleting messages, but didn't actually see anything. And I guess that alone was enough to make her unblock the other guy.
He decided to fly out. And I spent the night there.
Oh my God.
Why didn't they just end their marriage right then and there? Also, did anyone else think that the whole strip club side quest was going to be what caused Kalani to do this? After we saw Ed spill the beans to Liz, and he of course was trying to act like it was for Liz's benefit, I thought that scene of Ed on the phone and all the girls hearing that the guys were going to the strip club was going to be what triggered Kalani to do this. Because in the preview for the next episode, the guys finally go to the strip club they've been talking about forever. And it seems like it causes a lot of issues between the couples. I want to know what you guys think about Kalani and Asuelu. I feel bad for Kalani, but I know that for them, having kids in the mix made this complicated. Asuelu is a cheater. That's it. He's proved time and time again that he's a cheater. This whole thing of her leaving the property to go sleep with the other guy, if that's all it took, Asuelu being sort of sneaky again, then it's obviously time to end this. And really, how could these two even recommit after this? I just don't see it happening. Let me know what you think. I guess we will have to see how the rest of the season plays out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!